Hey guys, this is Marcia and you're at home with Marcia trying to cook some vegetarian food. I know a lot of people out there who are trying to transition from meat to vegetarian or vegan do have some issues trying to figure out what to eat, what to cook. So the whole idea of this is just to give you some ideas as to what you can do, some quick meals that you can do, and just to help out during the week, or a quick meals put together for the weekend. So what I'm going to do today is just literally flow with whatever I have in my refrigerator, what I have in my pantry, and try to put something together and show you how we can make and prep for different meals. So, disclaimer, Marcia is not a chef. I like to cook. I like to cook vegetarian meals, and that's all I do. I do follow Dr. Sebi's list, because that's more of the electric type food, alkaline type food. Sometimes I mix other things with it, but typically that's the route I am going. So that's why you'll see me only use certain types of vegetables and so on. So that's my big disclaimer. Marcia's not a cook, just like to cook. Okay, so let's start. So again, wash these this morning, bought these this morning, washed them, dry them, and now I'm just gonna turn them into a quick dish, okay? I'm just gonna have this ready, do a quick saute with a little bit of onions. I think I have some red onions left over. I have some garlic that I'm gonna throw in there as well. All right. Again, my best friend, a little bit of grapeseed oil. Just a little, just to coat the pan. Not much. Yeah, not good. Just enough. All right. Toss this in just to get a little bit of cook on them. This is missing, and then I'm just gonna get ready to toss some red onions in here. Okay, salt and pepper. Not too much, just a little bit of habanero pepper. And my good old cinnamon, my flavor profile, and of course, no surprises, a little bit of curry. Okay. Let that do its thing. In the meantime, I'm gonna add a bell pepper. Just realized I didn't put any bell pepper in there. Just realize I missed something off my ackee as well. I have to finish that off. These are really good fresh bell peppers. Bit too toasty for a bit. So while that is going on, I'm just going to sterilize my zucchini. Okay, very simple. And this is a quick dish, really quick dish. It's so zucchini doesn't take that long to cook. So really, by the time your onions are cooked, You know, you can add some tomatoes to it later on. Put in your zucchini. And if you want to add some tomato sauce to it, you can. I make my tomato sauce from scratch and I have some left over, so I might use some of that in here. I'm not sure yet. I'll see if it's needed once I add some tomatoes to this. Okay. All right, so that's one. So basically, if you have children, you can just pretend that this is spaghetti. So I'm just gonna add some tomatoes to my onions, and I'm just gonna add just a few, nice and big and chunky like this, and so that they're not overcooked and soft and mushy, so you have a bit of a bite when you're eating it. And you're good to go. All right. Back on the fire. Just quickly saute these real quick. Put a little bit of put pepper in here already. I might have already put pepper in there. Just double check. Oh, a little bit of pepper. I'm just gonna spawn it pepper again. In there, and then typical my herbs, and then oregano, some thyme, and some basil. So very simple. Very simple flavor profile that I tend to use a lot. These are the ends that I couldn't get, so I'm going to put them in first. You're going to need more time to cook. Let that do its thing. And I'm going to add a little bit of my ginger that I cut up before. And some of my diced up chocho. Do that. Do your thing. Okay. I had some, like I said earlier, some homemade tomato sauce that I made, put in the freezer so it lasts longer. Had it thawed out this morning, and now I'm just going to add that to my zucchini before I add the other okay. And I know that, you know, freshly made tomato sauce takes for a long time, but it's totally worth it. I had made a big batch and had a large container. I can find my container. I had this size container of tomato sauce in the freezer, and that's all I had left. And it's just easy. If you want to make something real quick, you already have your sauce. You don't have to go buy store stuff. And that's what you're trying to avoid, right? You're trying to avoid to control what's in your dishes that you're making. So I know it's a pain, but it's totally worth it. So I'm just now gonna add simmer down for a bit. Try it real quick. And I'm not even gonna let it stay for, not even for 5 minutes, because I like the bite to it. I don't like it soft. But notice that I added that chocho to it as well. And that's another thing we can do, you know, just play with our vegetables. Let's try things. It doesn't have to be all so standard. You can just add different things to it to make it your own. You know, something like this, you know, you put some of that homemade cheese I'm gonna make later on top, you give it to your children. They're probably gonna think it's spaghetti. Spaghetti and sauce. Right? So, and that. And I'm going to leave that there for a couple of minutes, and then I'm going to turn it off, and Bob's your uncle. You're done with this one. Then we made our zucchini. And zucchini, the actual tomato sauce that you're looking at now, like I said, was a homemade sauce I made maybe about 3 weeks ago and put it in the freezer and just keep using. This bit is the last of my tomato sauce. I'm gonna have to make another batch at some point. And all that's in there is a little bit of onion, some bell peppers, tomatoes, some seasoning to taste, and I added chocho to this one to give it extra bite. Okay, so that's pretty much it. So thank you again for joining me in Marcia's kitchen. This is my first time doing this, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope you did too. If you have any questions, by all means, you can reach out and I'll try to help out as much as possible. The whole idea of doing this type of segment is just to show people who are transferring over to becoming vegan or vegetarian that you do have a lot of options that you can do to satisfy your palate and also nourishes your body. So I have a lot more other recipes and ideas that I can do, but there's just so much we can do in one segment, so I'll leave that for some other time. If there are any sort of like recipes or meal that you're normally accustomed to and now you're transitioning over, you wonder how you could make it vegetarian, by all means drop us a line and we'll figure that out as well as to how we can make your favorite meal transferred over into a vegetarian meal. Again, we're cooking to nourish our body. We're cooking, we're cooking and eating to nourish our bodies. And the alkaline route is one of the best routes. It's a very, very strict. So if you can't cope with that, that's fine. As long as you stay away from the meat, you're gonna be fine. Okay? So next time I will do a dessert. I will do some juices. Yes, last week I made a papaya juice. It was off the chain. I'm not very good at baking, but I can toss things together and call it dessert. So we'll talk about that next time. Okay? So thank you again for joining. Have a great day and hope I'll see you guys soon again. Take care. Bye.
Donations may be made payable to Louis Armstrong Ministry at 7536 Jana Lane North, Jacksonville, Florida 32210, or electronically at Givelify. That's Crossrock Incorporated, listed under charitable organization, or PayPal, ArmstrongLewisJ@gmail.com. We are still accepting contributions of $500 towards the new book, Hidden Secrets. We thank you for your consistency and your support.